thing. So what we are learning is that the former Chief Justice of Ghana, Madam Getchu Tokonu, me know kasi case na ye no ana petitioners in some of the two just say she's done certain things according to Ghana's law. No, it went against it. Basically, no, why there in law terms, no, be here we see you need into also why you know a Chief Justice she needs to be the leader by example. So what did she do? The head and tail is that why you be in literal terms, no, bro, focus on the misappropriation of funds and now say misuse of public funds. So as a Chief Justice, no, she's entitled to certain benefits. These particular kind of benefits, a Chief Justice is entitled to, no, it be this particular type of benefit, Chief Justice entitled be S gratia, and it be per diem. But while she's at position, no, what she's entitled most per diem. Now, according to the National Democratic Congress government, NDC government, no, petitioners no allege say, Madam Getchu Tokonu, or qua per diem be or GBA na ebi your holidays na Ghana was see twa ho ka or the new kunen mba and then the house girls, house mistress, house girl, house maid ko. At the end of the day, when she comes, she says that this is the stipulated amount. I must say, pay me all of this money, and that's been going on for years. Aside from that, so you better appointing any Supreme Court judge. She needs to be in it until any really deal any a fair process. Now, in all of this, no, a challenge here ko Supreme Courts, a challenge here ko Commonwealth Court. Wa challenge ya ko ECOWAS court. Wa challenge ya. But ultimately, she's been removed. Now, the last thing and not all year, it says she was challenging it again in the Supreme Court. Me no can say she has withdrawn from it. Now, the lawyers are more opposition, are more in position to remove it. I'm talking about NDC4 and the petitioners, more lawyers. They are saying, Madam Justice Getchu Tokonu, just as the case was about to start, I'll be presenting the argument, say, okay, this and this and this, you can't remove me per law, no, or by ya, or semian, and maybe as muyime, no, case, no, mean to asubium. In law terms, no, she's withdrawing based on oral terms. And according to the petitioners, normal party said that is not how you withdraw from a case. You need to go to the due process. So, me no can say the High Court have blocked Chief Justice Getchu Tokonu's lawyers from an attempt to orally withdraw the case, challenging the removal process. In which I was saying, High Court blocks former Chief Justice Getchu Tokonu's lawyers attempt to orally withdraw case challenging removal process. Court says the appropriate process should be filed. So now it goes on to this, say, at the end of the day, in some more so Chief Justice Getchu Tokonu ABC or challenging the lawyers I say and to us to be ma your due process also follow because one can our experience so follow that due process. Mino Kasa currently no retired Supreme Court judge William Atuguba. Or say NPP for someone with their say Madam Getchu Tokonu remove her no and yet ethically rights near the other or patch say NPP lacks moral authority to criticize the removal of the Chief Justice. Now, his argument was that if the president's actions was indeed a payback, some NPP for Eka say they are paying back the National Democratic Congress, the New Patriotic Party because they took off Charlotte or say, if that is the argument at NPP for Air then it is a justified one. Let us listen to this particular excerpt. Former Supreme Court Justice William Atuguba in some of the two
they concluded if they feel just that they have enough evidence to justify her removal. Why not? They have to present that report. And especially the effect of recommendation for removal is automatic. Yes, now, but you see, that's why I say it is the politics that has harmed this country very gravely. Why should somebody have that mindset? Somebody has been removed, therefore when we come with mass, irrespective of the merits.
Yes, they said that the NDC says before coming to power that they were going to register the judiciary.
Yes.
And so this is politically motivated rather than, a case of...
Let us be a bit serious here. Look, when the parties are contesting for election, don't they have their manifestos as to what they will come and do when elected into power? So when they are elected and they are implementing the manifesto, what's wrong with it? That is premeditated and it's endorsed by the voters, and they are implementing it. You mean somebody should just come to power without, any program for running the country? The important question is not when. I remember before the elections, I used to say here that the judiciary needed restructuring. They said NDC lawyers,
yeah.
That when he comes, of course they will state it politically, that he's also going to bring NDC. These things don't help us. And I remember I commented that so long as the public had lost interest in the judiciary, he had to do something to rectify it. But he cannot say, he should have said he will bring those NDC lawyers who are competent and objective-minded, and not just NDC lawyers. I said that. Yes. So you see something wrong. You are not in power, and you are not allowed to say that this is not correct. It has to be rectified. And when you say it and you come and you are pursuing it, then it is nonsense. This type of thing, is it commendable? That means they will do it irrespective of the performance of the next Chief Justice. That's the mindset of some of these politicians. Don't you see it?
So that is what Justice William Atuguba in Samadi Tuja. This man was famous. Uskaisa election petition in 2012. Ojinidin per year. Even in 2016, or Sansu Jinidi, even in 2020, or Sansu Jinidi. So he is saying, sir, this whole thing now, can NPP4 can any idea, no. If NPP4 can say a payback and an NDC for the year Juma, then it's justifiable. And according to he made one pointer, I think, say, a very powerful, say, Ghanaians have lost faith in the judiciary. So if as a sitting president, Awaba, you've come to power, you look at the four corridors of power: the judiciary, the executive, the legislature, and then the whole private and stakeholders. Not Ghana Folk Party said the judiciary, which is meant to uphold the law, people don't have faith in it. I remember I said after elections, the executive have changed. That's the presidency and the ministry that's changed. After elections, the legislature, politicians, the MPs, it has changed because people had the right to vote people in power or put them out. So the legislature have changed, the executive have changed, and the stakeholders, it can be reformed. But then the judiciary, these are people, you can't sack them or you can't bring some in. It's basically like we be a school or appointed judge or what time or return. But then if the head of it, among forces, we don't have faith in the Chief Justice,